An empty gym offers him tranquility. The repetition of a bouncing ball composes his soundtrack. The swish offers a satisfaction only understood by the person who's put in countless hours to make the shot look effortless.
Eaglestaff, how about another try?
Bismarck's Treysen Eaglestaff understands that a lot is expected of him this winter. The Demon Senior averaged 23 points last season and led the WDA in steals. But the outside expectations are no match for the internal ones.
I feel like I really need to get better on ball handling and my shot. Like, there's no one's perfect. Like, I'm Curry misses, so I can't just say I'm like a good shooter. Like, I still need to like get better at it.
When you talk to him about different parts of his game where he can improve, he's not someone that rolls his eyes and shakes his head. Even though how far he's gone and the things that he's achieved, he's someone that's constantly searching for ways to get better and ways to improve his game.
Treysen's thirst for improvement has led to a relentless routine, not typical among average teenagers.
Before school started, 2 or 3 times a week I'd be in the gym at 6:30. I'll lift at 10, and then I'd go to the gym at noon ball, and then I'd take a huge nap because I was just like waking up that early is just a lot for me. Like after school, I'm passed out. Wake up, I'd be like, I'll just go shoot around. I'd ask like 1 or 2 people to come to the line with me and we'd just like shoot. Like I'd play like 2-on-2 or like games with them.
This year we went to Minneapolis for a couple of breakdown tournaments, and we got out there on Thursday night. We didn't play till Saturday. Well, most kids get there, they're excited to go to the water park, or they're excited to go to the Mall of America or swim or whatever it happens to be. The first thing Treysen does when we get to the mall is he looks up the nearest park. The second thing he does is goes to the Mall of America, buys himself an outdoor basketball, and then the third thing he did was text me and say, when can we get up tomorrow morning and go to the park? And for me, it was my first time away from my newborn baby, so I was hoping I could maybe sleep in till like 7, but he wanted to get up at 6. I said, all right, I'll meet you at 7, Trey. You know, I don't think there's a lot of kids, well, in my experience, none, that are that committed that it doesn't matter where they're at, what they're doing, everything on their mind is hoops and getting better in their craft.
A third try. How about a fourth? How about a fifth? Treysen Eaglestaff. 5th time's the charm.
He's also a hooper with humility. Instead of taking credit for his own work ethic, he deflects that praise to his own hoop hero, his mom, Erica.
I'd have a message in my phone, like do it for her and the stuff she went through for you. Like I always think about that every day. I'm like, she works 3 jobs as a single mom, running a teenage boy that just always wants to go to the gym and like.
It was busy. I mean, getting him to practice, and my family's always been there, so it doesn't feel like I've been a single mom because I've always had that help. Like even when he was younger and before he got a license, I had to drive him, and I was like, can we go now? Like, we gotta get home. Like, you gotta get to bed. You gotta eat supper. Like, I mean, he would try to stay there till 10 o'clock at night, you know, when he was 7th, 8th grade.
Treysen has been raised primarily by his mom, but he has always been proud of his native roots that come from his biological father, Lance, who lives in Eagle Butte, South Dakota. Treysen is an enrolled Lakota of the Cheyenne River Sioux tribe.
As much as he doesn't know a lot about his background, he tries to represent it right, to know. I mean, obviously everybody wants to be a good person, be whatever, you know, but he's in general, he's just a good kid. He just wants to just do right by people.
Around Bismarck, there's a lot of hate around Native Americans. Growing up, I'd always get called names, like go back to the res, but I've never lived on the res, like they don't know my story. A bunch of natives in Bismarck, like they're kind of like quiet, like they don't like stand up for that. Like some do, like BHS, like you see some Native Americans and you get called that name, like they'll stand up for it, but like some are just quiet, and like I'm just trying to like spread a word, like you don't have to be quiet, like you can like embrace your native culture and everything.
Treysen's native culture includes his namesake. He was given the middle name Robert in honor of his great uncle, who once held the single game scoring record in North Dakota, scoring 69 points in a game for Fort Yates High School. The elder Eaglestaff's legacy stretched far beyond the court. Following his Hall of Fame playing career at UND, Bob Eaglestaff's biggest achievement came in the early 90s as he transformed the American Indian Heritage School in Seattle, notorious for its poor reputation, into a thriving student environment that saw a significant boost in test scores and enrollment. However, in 1996, Eaglestaff, who was 43 years old at the time, unexpectedly died of a heart attack while dancing at a powwow in Oregon. Still, the community has ensured his legacy will carry on by renaming the school he led Robert Eaglestaff Middle School.
No, I know a lot. When I would go up on the res, my unchi, that's her son. So like there's like her hallway, and there's like a big thing of like Native American Hall of Fame and all like these like achievements that he had. And they didn't have Mr. Basketball back then, but I'm sure he would have won it. And like there's like a butt ton of achievements about just like Robert Eaglestaff and like Fort Yates and UND. Like there's 2 pictures of him on the national team at the time at UND and stuff. And I took a picture of it and I put on my Instagram story too. I was like, this guy's a legend. And I was like, this is like a blessing to be related to this guy.
And Eaglestaff with a steal, and momentum going the way of the home team.
Equipped with raw talent and inspirational influences, Treysen is just in the beginning stages of his own legacy. Coincidentally, after his time at Bismarck High wraps up, he'll head to the same school his great-uncle Robert played at, after signing with UND in November.
It means the world. I'm just glad that they can accept me, because that was the only scholarship to give in 2022. So I'll be the only freshman going in next year, and that's just like, that means like they really wanted me. Like I was like their guy, and I was like, that's just a blessing. Like
He has said like he worked hard to get the scholarships, so then I didn't have to help him pay and stuff like that, which is not your normal 17-year-old probably would think that. But never did I expect him to do that. Like if he didn't get a scholarship, we would have made it work. You know, he's going to go to school, and so it's just awesome that he's worked so hard to get to this point.
she's my motivation. Like I want to be like her someday, and like just like help my kid be like that, and like help him grow up to be a good person in society.
Treysen is hoping to honor his late great-uncle in one more way. He said that he's always wanted to wear the number 44 that Bob Eaglestaff wore at UND. Currently, that number is occupied by freshman Jackson Anderson. We'll see if Treysen gets his wish next winter.
This has been Midco Sports Magazine, presented by Build Your Base with Beef Sports Nutrition and Training Program.